Stuart's record, most wins in a 125 season. We'll see if he can do it.
Well, as James Stewart was marching toward the 125 title, Steffi Bow was going after the Women's Motocross League Championship. It wrapped up on Steel City with the Moto yesterday and won today. And there you see the final point standings. Ironically enough, 259 for Steffi Bow. She beats Jessica Patterson and last year's champion, Tanya Satchwell. Here's our new #1, Steffi Bow.
It's been awesome here, you know, working really hard and like get up here and ride with the same track like the guys do. It's so good. It's WML is stepping up a lot. You know, women are doing professional racing, so it's so cool. I'm so happy.
So Steffi Bow claims her championship here at Steel City. 18,000 fans on hand for the last round of the AMA Chevy Trucks National. Here's a look behind the scenes with this week's Racer X Pit Pass.
What did you do? Crash?
Yeah, crashed on my dirt bike.
Ooh, neat. Well, stay off the dirt bike for a little while. You'll be good.
This fall, everything's turning red with Honda's fall values. Check out this deal on some of our ATVs and dirt bikes. 0 down payment and 0 payments for 3 months. And a 7.9% APR for up to 5 years. That's a fixed APR you can count on for real savings down the road. Just one of the many great deals at your local Honda dealer. So hurry in, because right now, Honda's fall values are making everybody look good in red.
Illegal street racing, no tracks, no pit stops, no respect for the law. Rockstar Games presents Midnight Club, rated T for teen. Now available at the recommended greatest hits price of $19.99. Coming soon, Midnight Club 2.
Bottled water getting expensive. Try pure filtered water, just as good as bottled at a price that's 10 times less. Doesn't that sound better? Pure water filters. Your water should be pure. Besides saving you money, the Pure Water filter is so easy to install and use, you already have all the tools you need. Pure Water filters. Your water should be pure.
On ESPN Classic.
We didn't get beat, we got cheated.
Sports Century Tuesday, USA, USSR. The story behind the most controversial basketball game ever played.
You cannot put time back on the clock.
And why the final result only tells half the story.
It seemed like a dagger had been put in our hearts.
Sports Century, USA versus USSR, 7 p.m. Tuesday on ESPN Classic. Get ESPN Classic. Call your local cable or satellite provider.
Even though it was only 1 year ago, the 2001 Steel City National is already considered an all-time classic. The race marked the return of Ricky Carmichael to the class in order to make one final run at Mark Barnett's all-time 125 national wins record of 25. But that was only part of the story. The real drama was in the battle for the national championship between the veteran Mike Brown and Red Bull KTM's Grant Langston. In the first moto, Carmichael fell early, leaving Brown and Langston to battle for the title by themselves out front. Knowing that he only needed to finish behind Brown in both motos, Langston settled for second, a strategic move that actually upset Brown as they crossed the finish line. The second time out, Carmichael got away cleanly and checked out on the rest of the field. Langston again rode cautiously in order to take the title, but then lightning struck at the very end of the race when the back wheel on his KTM fell apart, costing the team what would have been its first ever AMA National Championship. Carmichael ended up with the overall win and his all-time record, but Mike Brown was the real winner that day at Steel City as he finally claimed the first major title of his long motocross career.
Welcome back. We're getting ready for Moto 2 in the 125 class here at Steel City. And as you saw, a tough race last year. Heartbreaking for Grant Langston. Moto number 1 here this year wasn't much better for him, finishing out of the top 10. He's really going to have to bring his A game if he wants to get a top 3 finish or even a win here in his last moto, the 125cc class. He's going to have to battle with guys like Stewart, Walker, and Fonseca, who were 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in moto number 1. Those guys, I talked to their mechanics in between motos. They didn't change a lot with the motorcycles. Actually, only the winner, James Bubba Stewart. He wasn't happy with being in 2nd place for a lot of that moto. He has a heavily grooved rear tire. He actually has sideways, like, it's kind of like a diagonal groove in the rear sidewall. He wants to have more bite, a wider pattern on the back tire so he gets more grip. That and lower the front tire pressure. We'll see if it works for him as James Stewart tries to become the guy with the most overall wins in 125 national history.
Taking a look at our Suzuki starting lineup, all the principals in there. Chad Reed back in the moto after that first moto breakdown, as you saw Grant Langston out there. Also, some young riders like Gene Stahl, Josh Hansen, Troy Adams out there. And we should mention Paul Baraka crashed earlier today. The word from the hospital, a broken femur for the Team Husqvarna riders. So get well soon, Paul. Now the car is getting ready to go sideways on the final moto of the 2002 AMA Chevy Trucks US 125 Motocross Nationals. The car will go sideways, the gate will drop, and they will come right up toward you, make a left, and the last race of the season will be underway. You hear the bikes revving, and here they come. And once again, it looks like Brock Sellards. No, actually, it's Reed sweeping in on the Yamaha. Chad Reed with the whole shot. Last the person, and here comes Sellards on the inside. Sellards gets right back out front. That's where he started the first moto. He ended up 4th. Brock Sellards battling Poot Boys in, but a great start. And I see a couple more KTMs there. Wow, those bikes get out of the gate fast.
Well, KTM, you know, the joke around the industry is that bike used to stand for can't take motocross. But they have done a lot to erase that image. These guys are full bore, making an attack at the top 4. If you actually join the big 4 manufacturers, the Japanese, it's become the big 5. And with McGrath coming to the team, Langston moving up to 250 next year, these guys are really serious about trying to win some championships.
So it's Sellards, Reed, Lanovich, Langston, and then Brandon Jessman, who needs to get up close to Chad Reed. At least needs to finish 2 spots behind him if he is going to claim 2nd behind James Stewart in the final championship standings. Once again, they come up over the top of the hill, and Reed having a little bit of problems. And a little ways back, there's another KTM down on the... Oh, and that's Grant Langston. Langston has fallen down at the bottom of the hill. You see him limping a little bit. Langston, another bad moto. Here's what happened.
Right there by the Chevy banner, Langston kind of walking it through that berm, trying to get straight, just gets plowed by, it looks like it might be Brandon Jessman right there. Another rider plowing in.
That was Michael Byrne. You see Fonseca riding over his bike, and then Matt Walker stuck on the inside.
This happened a couple corners before that mess. See Kelly Smith high side and over the back of Fonseca. Gosler nowhere to go, just tries to make it over the top. No chance there. Elliott going by, Huffman, and Kelly Smith going, just let me get to my bike if there's anything left of it.
Now Reed and Stewart are battling for 2nd place. Sellards is your leader. Stewart has caught up through. He's passed those KTMs, and now he's working on Chad Reed. This was supposed to be the battle for the championship, but David, it just didn't turn out that way. And there goes Stewart on the inside, and he doubles over the little tabletop, clears the next one, so Stewart goes by Reed without a fight.
Well, I think Reed's day, just the way it started off, and even to get the whole shot in this moto, and then to get passed by Sellards just right away, he's probably just not really into it all the way mentally like he should be. The season's just about over, and you know, he's probably rather be on a flight on the way home right now. Look at Stewart just going for that double. Gets all the way up and over it. You'd think that Reed would have the power and the Supercross ability to do that, but he got pushed into a berm by the pressure from Stewart that didn't enable him to jump that.
Stewart with the championship wrapped up. Now he's going after history. If he can win this moto, it would mark his 10th overall win. Just an unbelievable record. He's already the youngest 125 national champion. He's the first African-American national champion right there. He goes over top of Brock Sellards. Wow, I think that was definitely an in-your-face look back.
Yeah, the second one. The first one just making sure he had enough clearance. The second one means looking at Sellards. Hey, go back to the Phoenix Supercross way back in the first part of the year, and these guys got together a couple times, and maybe that's just not settled yet.
I'll tell you what, Stewart must have a long memory because there's a lot of victories for him between those two races. Sellers, of course, was only able to win the Anaheim Supercross before that Epstein's Barr virus set in. Really robbed him of most of his summer. Now he's just trying to beat Stewart once.
Well, he's got one final try, but this was the problem he had. He got a little wide the first lap. He does it again this lap. Gets out next to that bank and he's high side. He does a good job to save it, but he doesn't have the run at the plateau like Stewart did. Stewart close to him when he came down on the landing and starting to get away. Now Sellers has to be more concerned with protecting his position, you know, with Chad Reed rather than charging after Stewart. I don't know that he has the health to go after Stewart anyway.
You caught a glimpse of Brandon Jessman. That's the rider that Reed is really battling with as he comes up along the inside of Sellers. Sweep around. Sellers gives up second place. Jessman right behind him again. 5 points separates Chad Reed from Brandon Jessman. Jessman with the advantage after Reed DNF'd that first moto, and then Jessman suffered the flat tire. But right now, James Stewart is out front and in control here at Steel City.
Biggest names in motocross and off-road racing have an even bigger name under them. Suzuki. Do you want to be the next big name? Get on a Suzuki RM or DRZ today. Buy a new Suzuki motocross or off-road bike for 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest. Ride for free through March 2003.
No one spoils me like Mom, but Olive Garden comes close with their never-ending pasta bowl. They make all these delicious homemade sauces, then you pick which ones you want with which pastas. You get all you want, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks for $7.95. Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
Anyone who loves barbecue knows that chicken's chicken, but the right sauce makes it barbecue. Thick, rich KC Masterpiece with garlic, molasses, onions, and spices. KC Masterpiece, the sauce that makes it barbecue.
Texas has a new rivalry.
Let's go beat these suckers up.
The boys against the Texans.
He's got a block on the 30, 35.
We've waited all year for this. NFL kickoff weekend continues tonight at 8:30 on ESPN.
The ESPN.com players.
Which cow will win best cow?
Hear ye, hear ye. I cannot pick a winner.
You didn't pick a cow? Gosh, Judge, how are you going to play six-pack on ESPN.com?
What do you mean?
To play, you pick the 6 pro football teams to win each weekend. If you're right, you get the chance to win great prizes.
I declare ESPN.com to be the winner.
Presented by Miller Lite.
Stop waiting for dial-up and start enjoying Roadrunner High-Speed Online. Sign up today and save $5 off the monthly service fee for 6 months. With Roadrunner High-Speed Online, you can get what you want without a lot of waiting around. Download music, breeze through web pages, and play video clips all in a flash. Call today to get this special offer. Save $5 a month for 6 months, plus free standard installation. Offer ends September 15, 2002.
Not bad, huh?
Mariners baseball, Soto Mojo.
Welcome back to the Sobe Nationals at Steel City, where Grant Langston's day has gone from bad to worse. While we were away, he crashed again, and now the Zulu is in the mechanics area. That is his uncle, Andrew Langston, talking to him. This track just hasn't been very good for the Zulu. Now back to the action at hand. Billy Lanovich, his first visit to Steel City. He is holding off Danny Smith, Ernesto Fonseca, and Matt Walker in a battle for 5th as they go the opposite side of the track. And whoa, Smith, the big leap off that first jump. No need to set up for the double. He just charged that, and he makes the pass.
That was a nice move on Lanovich. You know, watching Billy a little bit, I know Ryan Hughes has been working with him some. He's going to be a great rider. He already is, but what he's trying to learn right now, and as you can see this happening, is learn how to ride to his potential in races. You know, I mean, his racing savvy just isn't up to par yet. And this is only like his 4th national, so he's still learning.
That was a perfect example, David. 3 veterans went by him, just bang, bang, bang. That's something you got to learn in the outdoor nationals. David Pingree told us earlier in the year, they fight for every single position. Now check it out. Langston has got back into the race. He's actually a couple laps down, or 1 lap down. He is following James Stewart, probably trying to learn what he can. Langston, of course, will be joined by Jeremy McGrath in Supercross next year. And in fact, Cameron talked to him earlier about his plans.
Me and him will be teammates, you know, running out of separate semis. So it's going to be great. You know, I've been riding with him once or twice already, and great guy, and you know, you can learn a lot from him. So I'm excited for next year. It's going to be a great season.
In the meantime, Langston trying to learn what he can from the youngest rider out on this racetrack, James Stewart. You can see they switched lines there. That's where Langston fell earlier, going to the outside. And then it's up over the big tabletops at the top. Now Jessman trying to hold off Ernesto Fonseca for 3rd. Again, Jessman got a very bad twist to his knee yesterday. He's going to let Fonseca come to the inside. Fonseca uses the same move that Smith used on Lanovich to make the pass on Jessman. As it stands, Reed is 2nd, Fonseca's 3rd, Jessamine is 4th. Right now, if the checkered flag would fall, Jessamine would still hold on to 2nd in the point standings by 1 point. But the next rider coming up behind him is Matt Walker. So Jessamine cannot afford to let one more rider by, or he's going to lose 2nd in the championship standings.
Yeah, he's very aware of it, too. And I get the idea that Jessamine cares a lot more about 2nd in the series than Chad Reed does. And he's given it all he's got. Walker, he doesn't care. He doesn't even know, I guarantee you, that what's going on with the points. There's another example of Lanovich just getting pushed around out there. Now, if he went out and just turned lap times, he probably could be, I don't know if he can be as fast as Stewart, but 2nd fastest for sure, but he's just not able to do it in race situations.
Right there, you caught a glimpse of Brock Sellards. That food poisoning caught up with him. He is out of the 2nd moto.
Ride. Champions ride Hondas. Now and in the future. Honda XRs. They're a head start. This is Silverado Heavy Duty. The most powerful heavy-duty pickup you can get. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck from Chevy.
There's a place where I get my favorite Italian sauces with all kinds of pastas, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks. Sounds like Mom's house, but it's Olive Garden and their never-ending pasta bowl for $7.95. Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
Hey, race fans, you could win a chance to be Kenny Wallace's crew chief. The more collect calls you make with 1-800-CALL-ATT, the more chances you have to enter to win a racing weekend with Kenny Wallace.
Hey, Ken, I noticed you got some new tires on there. What are those, P60s?
Your Call ATT Racing Weekend starts in Atlanta, where you'll get stock car driving lessons from Kenny Wallace. From there, you'll stay in a luxury motor coach during the EA Sports 500 in Talladega. Just dial down the center with 1-800-CALL-ATT.
Good luck, honey. I love you, Kenny. Without permission, you guys can't do anything.
No.
Introducing Beg, Borrow, and Deal, the new reality game show from ESPN.
I'm nobody, so I want to become somebody.
I will get on my knees for you.
The begging begins Tuesday, September 17th, 8 p.m. on ESPN.
Speed World's presentation of AMA Motocross is brought to you by Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and all-terrain vehicles. And by Honda, performance leader in motorcycles, ATVs, and scooters. Honda, performance first. When the 2002 AMA Chevy Trucks Nationals kicked off at Glen Helen Raceway, No one could have expected that James Stewart, in his first ever national season, would go on to win 9 overalls. Here you see Hangtown through the mud, then he went to Budds Creek Father's Day after he lost the 2 races at Mount Morris and Southwick, and then he was rolling. Redbud fell in the first turn, came charging through the pack to finish second in the first moto. Then the second moto, he dominated. That would give him his 4th overall win. Number 5 would come at Kenworthy's after a fierce battle with Danny Smith and Chad Reed. Reed and Stewart would pick it up again at Unadilla, with Stewart slowing down to let Reed by and then going out and proving who was boss. Next, it was on to Washougal. Another first visit for James Stewart. Another bad first moto. But in the second moto, he took the measure of Brandon Jessman and got another win. Round 10, Millville in Spring Creek Raceway in Minnesota. After losing the first moto to Chad Reed, Stewart came out slugging the second moto, took another one. Then it was on to Binghamton, New York for Broome Tioga Sports Center. He would claim the national championship there. That would give him 9 wins. And today at Steel City, he goes after win number 10. The first moto, a nice aggressive pass on Matt Walker. He takes the moto win, and now he is on the last lap of the second moto. James Stewart turned 16 back on December 21st of 2001, and already he is about to break a record held by Steve Lamson and Ricky Carmichael for the most wins in a season, and this would also give him 8 straight 125 national wins, another record, again breaking Steve Lamson's old standard. James Stewart, just a welcome addition to AMA Motocross.
And he's lapping number 204 right there, Josh Hansen, another brand new addition to the sport, professional ranks. And for Stewart, you know, he's chasing after Carmichael. He's already breaking some of Carmichael's early records. So we see Carmichael going after perfect seasons. Not unlikely to think that this kid's going to follow him and do the same exact thing.
David, if he hadn't crashed at High Point and broken down at Southwick, he just might be going for a perfect season. But as it stands, Stewart, already the national champion, now he will claim his 10th overall win of the season. And there it is, the checkered flag comes out. James Stewart rides into the record books yet again. Take a look at our final results of the second moto. Stewart, Reed, Fonseca, Jessamine holds on to 4th. Walker can't pass him, and that means that Brandon Jessamine will be our runner-up at the end of the 125 national season by just 1 point over Chad Reed. Let's go down to Cameron in the winner's circle.
Well, guys, not only does he have the most overalls for a rookie, he now has the most overall wins in the 125cc class, period, taking down Steve Lamson. James Stewart, a great day today, going 1-1.
Yeah, definitely, man. It's been a heck of a season. I think I could have got them all except for Mount Morris. I was a little hurt, but, you know, my Kawasaki's been working awesome this whole year. And thanks to the team and everybody. I mean, my mom and dad, my girlfriend, everybody. They've been putting a heck of a job together, and I'm glad I got it. I couldn't believe it's this good.
Well, as a youngster, taking all these wins, you've showed everybody your dominance. Let's talk about the future for James Stewart. The season's over next year. Can we look for a perfect season from you?
I mean, I'm going to go home and, you know, train. I got a new trainer, and we're going to be ready next year. And hopefully, you know, first I want to get that Supercross championship. First I want to win at Anaheim. And then if I win at Anaheim, I should get them all then.
Definitely happy to be winning, James Stewart, your champion here today. One more time here at Steel City.
Taking a look at the final results, Stewart the 1-1, but Ernesto Fonseca's 3-3 is good for 2nd overall. Not a bad way to end the season. He's with Cameron in the winner's circle.
Ernesto Fonseca equaling your best finish on the year, 2nd at Southwick, 2nd here today at Steel City. It's got to be a good feeling to end the season on an up note.
Yeah, I mean, I feel great, and like you said, I think that's pretty much what everybody wants, just finish the season on a good note, and just from now on, just going to work in my 250 and get some Supercross practice and, you know, go strong next year.
Well, Fonseca will end up 2nd overall on the day, but he will end up 4th in the final point stands. Of course, Stewart, Jessamine, and Reed 1, 2, and 3. Danny Smith ends up 5th, followed by Matt Walker and Buddy Antonez, and all the way down in 16th, you see Grant Langston, an injury-riddled season. But for the Stewart family, it was almost perfect. And here is a look at the first year of James Bubba Stewart's professional career.
He's grown up his entire life with a motorcycle between his legs.
he's got confidence, and a rider with confidence is going to win all the time.
It's obviously James has the talent to maybe be better and greater than even Ricky has ever been.
He's a level ahead of everybody right now.
The namesake, will he be the greatest?
That's what is so impressive about Stewart. He's so young, but he's so clever. He seems to know his competitors as well as they know themselves, if not better, and he can figure out all the moves, so he's never caught off guard.
The biggest thing that happened that actually started off my season right was winning the first race with 25 seconds. I knew I would win, but I never thought I'd win that big.
There's the checkered flag. James Stewart, the first national win of his career.
He's definitely the fastest guy out there. It's just a matter of, you know, staying consistent, and every week I could see that he's, you know, improving in the consistency and the talent and getting used to racing with those other guys that are extremely fast as well.
This is the race we've been waiting for. Stewart, Reed, Eric Sorby, and it looks like Ernesto Fonseca in fourth.
My favorite race this year probably would have been Unadilla.
Stewart takes a look over his shoulder. He is not going 100%. Now he's almost stopped David. He's just giving him the lead.
Chad Reed must be like, what the?
When James waved him by, that's when it hit me, okay, he's up to something. Because all the races we ever raced, James has never waved anybody by unless his bike was broke. And when he waved them by, I said, okay, he wants to race. When I let him pass, it was probably like, you know, 6 laps to go. And on Unadilla, which is like, I think, the roughest track of the year, and it was one of those races that you had to concentrate every lap or to put you on your head. It was mostly for myself, for confidence, but I mean, also it was kind of a little bit of, not bragging rights, but it was more of a confidence boost, and it showed everybody that I was the real deal, you know. I can go the distance.
All right, his first visit to the legend. Unadilla Valley Sports Center is James Stewart takes the flag. It's no surprise to see James have the successes that he's had. The few problems that he's had has been mechanical in nature. I think he's a very mature individual, and if someone's going to break Ricky Carmichael's records, I think we found the guy.
He's ahead of where Ricky was at this point, so 2 or 3 years from now, there could really be something there.
You use a guy like Ricky as a benchmark, and you say, you know, if you could do like Ricky or whatever, and honestly, they're trying to better that. Can he beat all those records? It's possible too. You know, you never know.
My confidence now, and I think if everything goes right, I can win, you know, probably every race overall next year. I feel confident doing that.
Well, David Bailey, can he win every race next year?
Yes, he sure can. He's probably pretty mad that he didn't win them all this year. I remember talking to him way back at the early part of the season. He thought it would be pretty cool to do that. He didn't know if he could do it his first year, but that's what he was shooting for, and he almost got it. I think he'd like to win the Supercross and the outdoor title and win every single race.
Well, for David Bailey and Cameron Steele, this is Davey Coombs saying so long, everyone. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to